And bases and stations. I don't have a rover. What does this one want? No, I won't bother with that for now. And then I need to rendezvous something in orbit, so... Let's see. Do I even have anything in orbit of Gale right now? I don't think I do. I think I got rid of everything. So, here's huge-ass rockets. Although, what about science? Oh yeah, I know what I need. I want RTGs. So I need to research this node. Aha, here we go, RTGs. And what's that? Oh. Okay, that's that, and then, oof, that thing's ridiculous, but okay. Now what's over here? Oh, that's like this, what the? No, I don't need that. Need to get that at some point too, but I'm gonna research this node. Then the last one is this one. This thing is ridiculous. 19,300 ISP, but the dang thing needs 400 electric charge a second. Yeah, it's space porn, but sadly it's not porn in space. You can't have it both. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to launch a lab into orbit, I think. Let's see what I can do here. I should really do some stuff in the Gale system now before I start going crazy. Nice. Man, I would pay to hear Neil deGrasse Tyson narrating Kerbal Space Program. Pretty funny. Well, if you missed it, this is a rocket I needed to get that probe to where I had it. This is 5-meter parts down here. This is 3.75 meter, the biggest Kerbodyne tanks, so rather large. Alright. Let's start fresh. So I need a bunch of tourists. I also need a pilot. So what's the highest capacity crew capsule I got? Probably this one. No, that's ridiculous. Yeah. That rocket, it was stable because there was thrust vectoring on the engines at the bottom. Basically, there's something called the square cube law, which means that the bigger it gets, the more stable it would be, all else being equal. Now, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I can fit... I need 3 tourists, isn't it? Yep, so... Bob, this dude, and this dude. Now... Gonna need a heat shield. 2.5 meters. I'm only gonna need about half the ablator. Now, I'm gonna need something to deorbit this, so I'll just shove a decoupler on here for now. gonna need much. Do I have any of those small solid rocket things? Ejectatrons, separatrons, ejecta-separatrons, separa, ejecta. Let's see. Monoprop engines. Okay, the ISP on that is so bad that... What about this one? That's way too big. This one actually looks much better. So if I put 2 here, how much delta V would that have? 23 meters per second. I'm not sure that will be enough to deorbit me, actually. So I'm going to do things a proper way and give this thing actual monopropellant. So I'll use the derp engine. That's about the right size. Yep. Now for some parachutes. Real chute, radial chute. Now I'm going to actually put some RCS on this because I want this to be able to dock and undock for shits and giggles. So I'll put one set here, another set here. Now they're probably evenly spaced, yes. And now let's put 4 up here. Now I need a small monoprop tank. Yep, that's a smallish monoprop tank. Docking port, docking port, docking port. Clamp Otron. And solar panels, but not huge solar panels. Alright, let's put those there. I need a communications antenna, but not a relay antenna. That's ridiculous. Alright, this has enough delta V to deorbit, and it's got everything else I can think of that I would need. Okay, I definitely have a parachute. How much electric charge storage does this have? Oh, only 200. Okay. Yep. I can fix that problem. Oh, that's the wrong size. This one. Alright. Oh, I won't see you today if you're going to watch those Scott Manley videos. He has a lot of them. Now. Let's take this science lab. And let's deck her out. So I do want a relay antenna on the thing. Put that there. Yeah, don't worry, there's no rush with it. Just progress at your own pace and just keep the fun in the game. Don't try and do too much too fast. You'll burn yourself out. Like, there's really no reason to be all super serious and excessive about this. Like, really. This is a game where you take little green men and blast them into space on top of stuff found along the side of the road. It's really not exactly something that you need to take too seriously. Otherwise, it'll probably just hurt in the long run. Now, speaking of hurt in the long run, I definitely need a bunch of batteries for this science lab. And it wouldn't be much of a lab without any science instruments. So, let's see what I got here. Let's put a thermometer, gravity thingy. I'll put the D-Magic stuff over here. Whoops. That did not stick. Alright. Where is that micro goo pod? I know I had one here somewhere. Here we go. Micro goo containment pod. And I'll just put a shrunk down Science Junior. Yep. Now, I don't really need to put RCS on this part, but I will give it some reaction wheels. Now, I also need a docking port for this one, because eventually I'm going to want to take the crew and put them back, right? So I'll put a docking port there, 90 degrees offset from the solar panels. And I want the deorbit to fire before the parachute. Okay, so I got science gear, transmitter, battery power. Yeah, I got basically everything I can think of at this point. Because I don't need parachute. I don't think I need any of this stuff. I don't need a heat shield for that. Yep. So for now, I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't. Okay, I got the Space Y docking ports. But I don't have the 2.5 meter docking ports. So, how much weight do I got here? Okay, only 11 tons. I do need to hire more Kerbals, though. Because I do not have enough scientists to crew that. Okay, I don't want scientists with a lot of stupidity. I don't have much of a choice. There we go. I now have enough scientists. They're not very experienced, but I got Bob here, which is maxed out pretty much, so he can do all the fancy stuff, and those other guys are his lab assistants. Now, to get this thing into orbit. Actually, I should have a little bit of orbital maneuvering system on this, so 1 minute. Fuel tanks. Let's put one of those stupid swimming pool. I'll use a procedural tank, actually, because that way there we go, I can do gold foil. And now I need a vacuum engine. Something efficient. That's not cryogenic, because that would be ridiculous. Yeah, I'll probably just shove a poodle on it. Because I don't think I actually have anything significantly more advanced than that. Well, I got an RL-10. But does that give me the right... No, that I can't stack that. Now I'll use an RL. I'll just use a poodle. Unless Space Y gives me something. No, Space Ys are all huge ass. The Penguin is good. But it's way too big. So, Poodle, Poodle. Yeah. I'll give this a couple more docking ports for shits and giggles. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. So that'll be my orbital insertion and orbital maneuvering stage. Now, I still don't have a 2.5 to 3.75 meter setup, do I? Dang it. Oh well. Big ass Turbodyne tank. A big ass Turbodyne tank. Is this 3 point? No. Oh, it's already LH2O. I have engines much more efficient than the Penguin that use hydrolocks. Let's see. How about? Let's see how much extra thrust would a Yuka? Whoa! Huh? Gives me an idea. I'm gonna try stage and a half configuration. Do they normally burn out that fast? Oh well, it's not important. Alright, Space Lab 1, go! So I'm going to launch this into a polar orbit so I can get the most science from the lab. Then I'll deorbit the tourist when the contract's completed. Then I'll use that lab to shamelessly farm science. Then tomorrow I'll have to send up a mission in order to collect the crew and bring them back. Because that's why I got all the docking ports on it. Because something tells me trying to deorbit and land a freaking science lab isn't realistic. It's like, oh, you have the International Space Station up there. Let's just shove a giant rocket booster on it and push it back into the atmosphere and hope it survives. It's not really the most realistic or effective use of technology there. Now, I should have enough delta V to get into orbit, especially when you factor in that stage. Oh well, if not, I don't. Not a big deal. Three, two, one. And liftoff of whatever the frig this thing is. So I'm using the central core as a sustainer. It doesn't have enough to lift the rocket on its own, but it helps the solid rocket boosters out. And the XXIII's efficiency is increasing quite quickly. Actually going to throttle back a bit on this XXIII engine. Alright, now I'm up high enough to make it worth using. I just wanted to clear most of the atmosphere so that I wouldn't have to worry too much about losses due to that. Am I really that low? Oh, Joe, what it is? The fairing just hides that. Alright, solid rocket booster separation. Yep. So I got a space lab attached to the back of my Taurus mission here. So I'm going to leave this in orbit as a space station, bring the Taurus back on the command pod, and then send up another mission to pick up the scientists later. Yep. My ascent path was a bit lower than I wanted it to be, so I needed to correct that. Alright, that should be enough correction now. Alright, I already got that. Yeah, but I really don't want to put 2 re-entry pods on this. I could have just put a giant heat shield on back of the space station. It would have worked. But I want to show rendezvous and docking in the next video because people keep asking about that. So I just put a bunch of docking ports here. And I actually have RCS and a docking port on this pod. So I'm going to decouple this pod, I think. Probably try and screw up its orbit a little bit and then maybe dock it again. Depends on how much fuel I got and all that. Okay, no, I still want to burn a little over here. I want to be as close to a polar orbit as I can get. Alright, hyperspeed, go. That did not sound good. Okay, PID controller, stabilize yourself. Oh yeah, I'll have enough fuel to get into orbit, and I'll have another few hundred meters per second left to do orbital maneuvering. At least I should. Yeah, I got 1,500 meters per second left. Oh, nice. Crew report. I'll need to reset these science things. Oh, I'm over the grasslands now, of course. So over the Midlands 3 seconds ago. Okay, I think I might already have the grasslands biome. Yes. And okay, we're just about to orbit. Alright, that's about as circular as we're gonna get. Now, let's warp ahead until I can see the sun. There we go. Space just above Gale's ice caps. Alright. Bob Kerman. And of course he comes out the wrong side of the ship. Oh well, you can be contrarious. Contrary as you like, Bob. Alright. Now, what do the tourists need to do? One more orbit. So I'll wait till this time next... Holy shit, that went faster than I wanted it to. Alright. So now, I'm going to decouple this and then dock it. and then I'll undock it and deorbit it and land it. Alright. I'll try for this back port. These are small monopropellant engines from another mod. Looks like these RCS thrusters are stronger than my Okay. These thrusters are way stronger than I thought they'd be. Whoa, I don't know what the hell just happened there. Ah, there we go. Whoa, magnetism. Holy shit, I didn't expect that. Oh, well, it decided to dock us anyway. Alright. Now my spaceship looks really weird. Alright. Quick save, and now I gotta deorbit this thing. I completed the contract, right? Yes, now I just gotta recover them. Alright. I don't even need to deploy the solar panels. Let's get nice and far away. Alright. I want to land on this side of the planet, so I'm going to do a little bit of a sharper re-entry. That should be enough. Alright. Let's warp till atmospheric entry. You notice that I'm actually starting to pass that ship up there, slowly. Because I'm gaining speed as I lower down. Alright. Now that we're in the atmosphere, I'm just going to burn off all my extra monopropellant. It'll slow me down a bit. And it'll also help out with sketchiness. Also because I don't want to bring all this toxic monopropellant back. Let's burn it up here. Close enough. And there we go. Now we can just re-enter normally. Where will I come down anyway? Okay, around here somewhere. Okay, the G-forces shouldn't get too bad. Because I let off a fair bit of speed due to that monoprop, but might still hit 10. Oh, poor tourists passing out due to G's. Oh, only one of them did. Oh, well, they'll wake up again in a minute. Jebediah is fine, of course, because he's a badass. And... okay, our Kerbals woke up again. Good. Alright, at 8 kilometers, I'll do the parachute again. Come on. There we go. I was going to say, would help if the parachute decided to work. Oh well, this is Gale's, I guess, southern savanna, steppies, whatever you call them. 7 meters per second. Yeah, the pod can survive that. 1, 0. And we have landed. Now, let's recover the Kerbals. Now, that space station will remain in a polar orbit until in a few weeks when it'll be finished with all the science data and I can go collect those Kerbals again. I might establish a fuel depot at Lee too. Not sure. Nice, level 1 tourists. Whoa, I did not mean to hit that. And I got 211 grand for it. Plant flag and yeah, that I can do. And I'll do that too. At some point. So the next thing I need to do is collect those scientists. Then I need to send that Thalia mission. Then I'll do all the other tourist stuff and maybe try and make a space station at Iota. I don't know. Do something. But one way or another, that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a good one.